Hello guys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of Seb Talks Sports, sponsored by Memsham UK, the place to go to for brand new, authentic signed NFL memorabilia. That intro music and podcast theme was created by All-Pro New York Giants running back, now music creator and friend of the show, David Wilson. Go and check him out on all of his social media platforms at For Still Running on Twitter and Instagram, and his music under David E. Wilson across all good music streaming services. He's free for business, so drop him a message if you want some beats for your podcast, advert, commercial, absolutely anything you need. Before I get into this episode, I just want to say that if you're not already following Seb Talks Sports across all platforms, then please do. You can find me on Facebook, Seb Talks Sports, YouTube, Seb Talks Sports, Twitter at Seb Talks Sports, and Instagram where I'm primarily active. Again, it's at Seb Talks Sports. Today's episode is another throwback one with an incredible guest, NBA champion and 10-year NBA veteran point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers, Golden State Warriors, the then New Orleans/Oklahoma City Hornets, Atlanta Hawks, and most notably the San Antonio Spurs, where he played a key role in helping the franchise get their hands on their second ever Larry O'Brien trophy. It's the one and only Speedy Claxton. Enjoy! My guest today is an NBA champion and 10-year NBA veteran point guard who played a key role for the San Antonio Spurs getting their hands on the Larry O'Brien trophy in 2003, putting up no fewer than 37 points in the finals. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome Speedy Claxton to Seb Talk Sports. Speedy, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me, man. Looking forward to it.
You got it. Thanks so much for coming on.
No doubt.
Okay, so what would you say were your earliest memories of playing sport and basketball particularly? And at what point did you know you either wanted to or know you could pursue a career in it?
The earliest I remember is playing youth basketball, CYO. Growing up in the Catholic school system and competing against other Catholic schools was kind of like everything to me growing up. Every Saturday, we would have a game either home or away, and it was special growing up playing in the CYO environment. When I knew I was going to make it to the NBA, probably not until like my senior year of college when a bunch of NBA scouts were in attendance at basically every game I played.
Okay, so let's talk about your college career quickly. So you had an incredibly prestigious college career, to say the least. America East Player of the Year in both your sophomore and senior seasons, Haggerty Award winner in 2000, and America East Tournament MVP again in your senior year. That's insane, basically. And you've also had your number 10 retired and been inducted into your college's Hall of Fame, where you continue to coach. So, how much did your time at Hofstra mean to you, and which single lesson that great head coach Jay Wright taught you was most valuable in your career?
It was everything. I loved my college experience. I tell people all the time it was the best 4 years of my life. Even with being in the NBA for 10 years, like nothing will beat college. It was an unbelievable experience. It's a bond that you're going to share with your teammates forever, especially with us winning a championship at that level. It's something that you'll never forget. The thing Coach Wright taught me, probably I'll take with me forever, is competing every possession, both on offense and defense. Try to make a play for yourself or your teammate on offense every time. And on defense, try to get a stop every time. Like, take it personal when your man scores on you.
Okay, so I want to go to your draft moment. 28th of June 2000, the NBA draft. And after an incredible college career, you're taken the 20th overall pick by Billy King, and you join a star-studded 76ers roster coming off the back of 2 straight playoff appearances, including talents such as Hall of Famers Allen Iverson and Dikembe Mutombo, the latter of which joined mid-season, Iron Hill, an all-star, and many, many more. And I know that you missed the season due to a knee injury, but what was the feeling like to get that call from Billy King and be drafted in the first round by the 76ers? What did it mean to you and your family?
It was everything. It was a huge weight lifted off our shoulders. I mean, growing up, not having that much money, it definitely put myself and my family in a better situation financially. So in that aspect, it was everything. But then it was also a dream come true for me. Playing in the NBA is something that I always dreamt of growing up, and to actually be a part of the draft and hear my name being called was something special and memorable, and I'll never forget it.
Nice. Okay, so like I said, you missed your entire rookie season due to a knee injury, which you suffered in the preseason. And you also suffered some injuries late in your career in Atlanta on the Hawks with hand fractures and then concussions. All of those injuries must take a toll on you, not only physically, but mentally. So how did you approach keeping your mind focused on the game and getting back out there on the court? And was there anyone that installed that mentality in you?
My career was definitely injury plagued.
Yeah.
It just felt like every year it was something new, something different. And I really don't feel like the world really got a chance to see the real Speedy Claxton and what I was capable of. But that's all in the past. It is what it is. You learn, you grow, you move forward. I just had to keep in the right mind frame that I could compete at that level and that I was going to be healthy once I finished rehabbing.
Was there anyone that installed that in you, say like your dad or your coach or?
I think it's just the way I was brought up. I mean, it's not like I was some high-profile player growing up, so I had to work for everything that I got. I was always confident in my abilities, so it's just something that was instilled in me when I grew up.
Obviously, that ability was shown at the forefront in the NBA Finals, because we've got to talk about that, because your hard work obviously led you to the 2003 NBA Finals. So I'm excited to talk about this. So obviously, you played 30 regular season games and 24 playoff games in that season as a backup point guard to four-time champion Tony Parker, and an incredibly key part in the finals, putting up 37 points, 13 of which were in that all-important title-clinching Game 6, where you were just on fire. So how did it feel to become a world champion in just your second year of playing in the NBA? And can you describe that feeling holding the Larry O'Brien trophy?
It was unreal to be in that situation after watching the finals while I was growing up, watching Magic and Isaiah and Michael Jordan, all those guys. And then to actually be on that stage myself was unreal. I still look back and watch Game 6 now. I still get goosebumps while I'm watching. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't believe I played an NBA final and actually competed and was a key component of helping my team win.
Was your preparation for that game, was that different to how you've approached games before, or was it very much just the same of?
Overall, it was pretty much the same, but you knew you was playing for something bigger. Focus had to be that much more intent. You really tried to get a stop on every possession on defense because you never know if it's going to come down to a 1 or 2 possession game. So every possession is important in the finals.
Absolutely. So I want to talk about some great players that you've played with. So you've played with some of the best players of all time, to put it frankly. So like Allen Iverson, Dikembe Mutombo, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, the big three, Steve Kerr, Bruce Bowen, Tyronn Lue, Chris Paul, Al Horford. That's just a short list. Who would you say was the single best player you've ever played with? And who was the greatest ever individual opponent you've ever matched up against on the floor?
Tim Duncan, hands down. I mean, he was a special player, man. He was definitely a superstar, but he didn't act like a superstar. He treated his teammates with the utmost respect, and he cheered for you. I remember one time we was playing, and I was 1 rebound away from getting a triple-double, and I was right there about to get it, and Tim came out of nowhere and got the rebound. And everybody in the building knew I was 1 rebound. And when he stole the rebound from me, he looked at me, he was like, oh, crap. He was like, yo, I'm so sorry. And then I would say the best person I got the chance to compete against, I would say the late, great Kobe Bryant. Ultimate competitor, even better person. He was tough, man. He was a good player. Yeah. Great player. Not good, great.
Okay, so I quickly want to talk about coaches. You've had some incredible coaches. Larry Brown, Greg Popovich, who's obviously still coaching the Spurs. Byron Scott, who, of course, coached the Nets against you in the 2003 finals. Mike Woodson, Mike Montgomery, and a whole lot more. But which of those coaches, and any more you'd like to mention, of course, had the greatest impact on both your game and your teammates' game? And which single piece of advice was most valuable to you?
I would have to say Larry Brown. He was my first ever NBA coach, so he kind of introduced me to the NBA style, NBA system. He's probably the only one I still talk to, not even on a consistent basis nowadays, but I talk to every now and again, him and Pop. But LB really taught me how to play the game.
Speedy, I want to end with some quick fire questions. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Twitter or Instagram?
Instagram.
Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Favorite sports movie?
Probably He Got Game.
Funniest guy in the locker room you've ever been a part of?
I would have to say Steven Jackson.
Best locker room prank you can say on this show?
Best locker room prank? I remember when I was in Atlanta, we filled up all the rookies' cars with popcorn.
Your favorite NBA player of all time?
I'm going to have to say Lamar Odom, because he was actually my high school teammate as well.
And to round things off, because I know how much you guys enjoyed this as an off-the-court activity, on a scale of 1 to 10, just how good is Tim Duncan at playing paintball?
11. 11. He takes it very serious. Like, I'm talking about, he has his own paintball gun. Him and his crew have walkie-talkies. Like, they have strategies, all that. They take it very serious, and they're good at it.
He's 6'11", though. He's a big target, right?
You would think, but you don't see him out there on the field.
Speedy, thank you so much for your time. I've had a blast speaking with you.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
Where can people find you on social media?
Speedy_Clax10. That's my Instagram account. And on Twitter, I'm Speed Demon.
That was my interview with the fantastic Speedy Claxton. At just 5'11", a small NBA player that made a big impact during his decade in the league. It was great to learn all about his career and even his Spurs teammates' paintball outings. Tim Duncan is incredible at paintball. You learn something new every day. Go and check out Speedy across his social media platforms. All of the links you need are in the description of this episode. I've got many more great guests coming very soon, so stay tuned right here on Seb Talk Sports. And to take us out as usual, here's another brilliant track by All-Pro New York Giants running back, turned music creator and friend of the show, David Wilson. Catch you soon, guys.